Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into the episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's second topic, first thing first, debate where the win percentage for the Ravens will be for the upcoming season. Look, guys, y'all know I don't like Nick Wright. And his nose keeps growing as his lies keep being told. That's a fact. But they had a discussion on where they believed the Ravens were on the over-under. Where do you think they're going to be, 11.5 games over 11 or under 11.5 games for the upcoming season? So what I'm going to play the audio, right? That's what I got. I got the audio of it, and then we're going to break it down, all right? So without further ado, let's hear what they had to say about the Baltimore Ravens over-under.
Okay, got it.
Next up, Bruise Ravens. We think. We're not sure if it resets every offseason. Win total is at 11.5. Won 12 last year. They were playing the NFC North in the AFC East. Brew, here's the schedule. Home against Bears, Lions, Pats, Jets, Texans, Rams. So that's an easy home schedule. Road, Bills, Packers,
tough road schedule.
Dolphins, Vikings, and the Chiefs. So now you guys are in a tough spot.
Yeah, no.
Now all these hard games are on the road.
Yeah, that's where you want 'em.
Just what Nick wants.
Yeah.
Now, look,
Win total at 11.5.
I don't even have to see the schedule to go over.
Why?
This could be the last great year by Derrick Henry. It's possible. It's on the table. Maybe
That
it's not
we
a great
just
year
had
because
it,
he's
yeah.
right. But I
Good
think
point.
this could be his last great year, which could mean his last chance to win a Super Bowl. Lamar hasn't played a 16-game season in his career where he hasn't won more than 11 games, at least 12. So I know he's played 15 and they won 11. That's 11 4. Like, if he's healthy, and I'm assuming he will be, I think that dude, everybody, of course, Josh Allen, all these guys who haven't won it, are driven to win that Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah.
But I would put it, I don't think anybody's more driven than him. And especially with the
I want to change that too. I don't think it's so much driven. I just think that the media makes the biggest deal out of it. So, as you know, when stuff like that happens, you guys are, it means more to almost, we already know what it means to Lamar, but you guys are the ones that make it so an even more bigger deal than what it is. So it's like, it's more the most important to Lamar. I don't even think that is, just that you guys make the biggest deal about Lamar winning one over everybody else. But we'll continue.
the two MVPs, like, he's got to win a Super Bowl.
I
And
think he's
he
probably
is,
under the most pressure of any player in the league to win a Super Bowl. It's him and Josh.
not necessarily next year, but at some point
Yes.
he has got to win.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. And the defense was very good over the second half of the season.
That's right.
I think they're going to be good all season. Mark Andrews obviously has something to make amends for. Like, I think they are going to come out, and I'm not saying 15
Marky
wins or
Mark.
anything like that, but definitely 12 or more.
So I reserve the right to change this depending on any data we get about how bad this year's cold and flu season's going to be. Of course. Because I can't
Well,
have
that
I
will
can't-
change it.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't
that will
I don't know.
change it.
And I'll be honest, I have my own questions about the health and human services these days, and so maybe it's going to be bad directives, and Lamar's going to have
God, I don't like
the
this
sniffles
guy.
for months on end.
Upper respiratory
However,
infection.
assuming Lamar can get through November healthy, to me, this is an easy over.
Easy.
They are the most non-Chiefs category, and maybe you could argue Chiefs included, the most reliable regular season team in football. And Lamar is a dominant regular season quarterback. And I really am not saying that as a dig, but this
Yes,
is a
you
regular
are.
season bet.
Yes, you are.
And so even though that division is tough, I don't think this year, if I'm right about the Steelers potentially taking a step baquids, you know what I mean?
agree with
and
you.
so
I think it is not going to be as tough as it was last year.
that's how I feel. And your guys' points
What?
that Lamar's inability to beat the Steelers, maybe that's gone. Beat them in the regular season, then beat them in the playoffs. All those reasons, it is a tough schedule in that how many playoff teams are on there? You obviously have the Steelers, but to say the Steelers get replaced by the Browns, or by the Bengals, pardon me.
That's a lot.
Lions,
maybe the
Texans, Rams, Bills, Packers, Vikings, Chiefs. So it's a very tough schedule, but I still think they find a way to 12 wins.
And they've had tough schedules.
Yeah, they seem to always have tough schedules. Yep.
Yeah. Moving on to the Lions.
So, guys, let me be real with this, right? For one, I agree on some of the most of the stuff that they said, right? For once, his nose won't grow by the end of the show. But I was wondering why they were saying they believe Pittsburgh's going to take a step back. I don't see how Pittsburgh takes a step back unless what's his name is no longer there, TJ Watt. That's the only way I think that Pittsburgh takes a step back. Once again, their prediction is that the Bengals take a very large step forward. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to tell you what I believe the standings are going to be for the next season, but I don't know. We'll get to see. But I think the AFC North is actually going to be harder next year. This year, I mean. It's going to be much harder. And there was never a problem with Lamar with the Steelers. Once again, it was just his teammates wasn't stepping up to the plate. We've had multiple times when we played the Steelers where Lamar played amazing, but his teammates kept failing. His teammates were dropping the ball. We had a game where we dropped, 11 passes or something like that? Ridiculous numbers. So that's what I try to tell you guys. It doesn't shake me. It doesn't move my base. I've always thought that the Ravens are going to have great success. All of us think that. It ends up when it comes down into the playoffs. And if this team can come together and play complementary football, see that term gets lost on the ears of a lot of people. That's what the Ravens have been missing. True complementary football. Not, I'm a one-man show and I'll carry you guys when you guys make all of your mistakes. If they don't even care they make mistakes, like, well, Lamar will carry us. No. That's wrong. Derrick Henry will fix the problems that we've been making. No, that's wrong. You got to play complementary football. A defense, offense playing is one. You know what I'm saying? Benefiting off one another. Playing off one another. Shielding one another. We've missed that. Offensive line never plays their best games. Receivers never play their best games. And once again, the defense usually doesn't play their best games. They're like, oh, well, they hold them down to low points. Usually it's cold weather games. So it's low scoring games no matter what you do. That's the caveat. That's the context towards it. People don't like to hear that, but it's true. Look, man, I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to say he's wrong. Like I said before, I think he's right on this. I think we win well over 11 and a half. I think this year the Chiefs take a step back, and I think that the Ravens could have the number one seed, barring injury in the AFC. Not just the AFC North, but the AFC. And I think this will be a chance for us to three-peat for the AFC North crown. 3 straight seasons. So we'll get to see if we'll be able to do that. But once again, like I said, what do you guys think and about this? You know what I'm saying? About them saying, oh, we're going to win over 11 and a half games of a regular season, team. Was that a slight? Was that somehow saying, oh, we're not really good? Or is that just telling the truth? Like, look, when it comes to the regular season, the Baltimore Ravens are undoubtedly the most consistent team outside of probably the Chiefs in the league when it comes to winning games. So we'll see what happens. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment sections so we can debate. And let's see if you think Nick Wright deserves to add an extra inch on that nose. All right? Oh. But as always, that's episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. I know we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we do what? Facts and truth. Please remember, like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Leave a comment. You don't have the comment, guys. Please subscribe to the Wunderkind Morning Show, as you'll see in the upper corner, live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m. Monday in the morning times. And of course, we talk all sports, hot topics, and we have a little bit of nostalgia at the end of every show. So be there, be squared. A lot of fun. Be there, all right? Another thing, if you want to donate to this channel, help out with equipment and stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR code. QR code's with CashApp. CashApp located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show is signing off, and as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp!
Finish him, Daddy.